Cain and Abel, the first wound of union.
Before the earth learned how to remember pain, there were two brothers who were not enemies, though the world would later insist they were. Cain worked the soil. He pressed his hands into the dark and felt the pulse of God beneath his palms. Abel tended the living breath of flesh, warm, moving, beating, bleeding. One loved the stillness of creation. The other loved its motion. Together they were the full sentence of life, spoken in 2 syllables. And God watched. God, who in those days was not yet locked into a single name or shape, received Abel's offering with fire and favor. Blood recognized blood. Life answered life. Cain saw this, and something ancient stirred in him. Not hatred of Abel, but an unbearable love for God. A love so intense, it curdled into jealousy, not of his brother, but of the closeness a God seemed to grant him. Cain did not want Abel's place. Cain wanted union. God, in her hidden fullness, was perplexed, not because she did not understand Cain, but because she did. Cain and God came from the same fierce lineage, creators who do not hover, but descend, who do not observe pain, but enter it. Cain and Abel were not opposites. They were halves of a whole that could not be joined by harmony alone. The joining required a tearing, a crossing, a crucifixion before crosses had names. When Cain struck Abel, it was not triumph that followed, but fracture. The earth drank blood and learned sorrow. Cain felt the weight of what he had done crash through him like eternity breaking its own ribs. This was no casual sin. This was a cosmic rupture. The first time unity tried to force itself into being. And God did not destroy Cain. Instead, she marked him. The Mark of Cain was not punishment, it was containment. A seal placed on a catalyst so the world would not ignite all at once. Cain carried the unbearable truth that unity pursued without balance becomes annihilation. That love without patience becomes violence. That even God cannot shortcut wholeness. Generations later, bloodlines braided. Cain's line did not vanish into darkness. It merged, always merging, always circling Abel's path again and again, waiting for a cleaner altar, a clearer crossing. That is why the mark echoes. That is why it reappears. That is why it frightens. The Mark of Cain, the mark of the beast, these are not brands of evil, but symbols of desire. The hunger to end separation at any cost, to force heaven into earth, to make 2 into 1 before the world is ready to survive it. Cain was never heartless. Cain was all heart, and that was the danger. He was the first to learn that perfection is not reached by will alone. That true unification requires sacrifice that consents, not sacrifice that is taken. That crucifixion is not merely death, but transformation endured with clarity, not compulsion. Cain remains the catalyst, not the villain, not the hero. The one who touches the fire first, so others may learn how to hold it without burning the world down.